Nebula. So here we have Nebula. When someone advertises something to you, there's a little thing you might want to know, and it's that they tend to, well, not want to break the law. So they don't want to say things that are, incorrect. But they will say things that are a little bit dubious as to, well, how accurate they are. Basically, we split the profits every month, but here's the problem. It's based on watch time. This is a massive problem because if you go over to Nebula, and we go to videos, we go to everything, what do we see? TLDR, TLDR, TLDR. Oh, what's that? Whoa, kind of looks like we might have a problem. TLDR, TLDR, TLDR. Now and again, we have this. So the question I have to ask is, if you're posting this much content to Nebula, well, surely that means that you'll get more watch time. Because if I'm a fan of you, sure, I might watch your video once or twice or 3 or 4 or 5. I may watch your video 10 times. But the thing is, if you can get me to watch loads of videos, I'm going to watch more, I'm not going to spend every single, week watching your videos when you only have a video like once every month or once every year, But what if instead of that, I just watch a bunch of shorter videos? Your watch time is going to increase, and that means your pull out is going to increase. But by the way, just saying, 50/50 is not that great. The service they're providing is a platform in which creators literally are the product. They create the content, and they also bring the customers. See this with creators who do, as I said, TLDR. They upload a lot of Nebula content. Watch time is not how you should calculate. This is why YouTube does views, because it really isn't a good idea to go off watch time, because a longer video will have more watch time. It makes more sense to platform someone with more watch time. So, this is the sponsorship section. So we've got Skillshare. For information, Skillshare is the company that, puts education behind a paywall. Audible is a company that gives its creators about a 7 to 93 rev share. So they're an awful company for the creators that work behind them. Very good audiobook service. So if you're sponsoring your audience, yeah, it's not bad for the audience. That's pretty good. Skillshare is kind of bad for the audience. Raycom, it's a full-on scam. You're paying way too much for that. Dashlane, for example, is very overpriced. So is ExpressVPN. It's one of the most expensive VPNs you can get in the market. And HelloFresh is also in the dodgy market for the pricing strategy. Not as much as ExpressVPN or the rest, because they're literally just overpriced. And they're overpriced in comparison to competition. And that's sort of the point. These are not great sponsorships. They will pay well, though. They're great sponsorships for creators, but are they good for your audience? Not really. And if they're good for your audience, they're probably not good for people behind them. All these sponsors are all squeezers, Not good. So yeah. Now, the owner of Standard, or Standard.tv, is actually an owner of another company, a production company. So I'm not sure if they created an additional production company for Nebula, or if they're just using their own one that they have now. Because like Evan, the owner / director of Motion Atlas Films. So I'm not sure what that's about. Not sure what that's about. Anyway, this is the point. Inherently, this is my problem. We are in a situation here. Is this a good collection as well? And finally, we get to the next creator problem situation, which is just sort of bad people. Now, when I say bad people, I don't mean like they've done something like bad. I mean, they may have, I'm not saying they haven't, but I'm just saying, like when looking at this, like, okay, well, how good are these people at content? Well, sometimes they're interesting at it, because they've got very good quality, but what about the actual content? Because well, the actual content feels a bit concerning. You see, this is a problem I actually might talk about later on in another video, but basically, creators oftentimes run into this problem of, basically, do you put out the truth, or do you slightly change it up a bit? Maybe make it more appealing for the sponsors, all this. And it's a bit concerning to me that a lot of these creators end up in Nebula. Make good content, sometimes even content which appears to be at least accurate. And then you realize, oftentimes that's the point. It appears to be accurate. It appears to be okay. But is it always okay? You know? Nebula is filled to bursting point with creators who are making good quality content, but maybe ask them, could you maybe veer away from educational material and into like entertainment? Because you make good entertainment, but terrible educational material. Like, it looks good, and you're learning something possibly, but the problem is you're learning the wrong thing, and that's my point. A month, right? 10 a month if you want to get the classes section where you get to listen to creators talk. Well, not all of them. Some of them actually do have a bit of skill, but anyway, that's the thing. It's just not really true for a lot of classes. It's the same thing with like masterclass and all that. A lot of stuff is absolute nonsense. It's just, it's not really true. Anyway, you're not really supposed to sign up for Nebula without seeing creator first, Exclusive content? Well, it's exclusive because creators don't bother to publish it there. And this is my major issue, which is a thing that happens a lot with Nebula. And maybe it doesn't as much anymore, but it happened a lot back in the day, which was, oh, this content wouldn't work with the YouTube algorithm. And you're like, yeah, the thing is, you're a creator with over 1 million subscribers. You post a video, any video, there could be a video with no thumbnail, and that video would make hundreds. Now, if you kept doing that, people might start to go, well, I'm not going to watch the videos anymore. But the point is, anything you post, it doesn't matter what topic it is, or how good it is, or whatever, anything you post to these major creators is going to get enough money probably to cover a lot. Maybe not for the creators that post, maybe like once a month or something like that, who'd like depend on a massive pay packet to, cover it. But for the creators that post all the time, yeah, they're going to be fine. If they post anything like, they're not going to make as much money, but it's going to make enough, We're talking about major creators here. So yeah, a lot of it is nonsense when they're like, yeah, this wouldn't work on YouTube. Yeah, it would. No pre-roll ads? Yeah, that's for that. This is how to make Friday checkout video. That's actually a particular video style. And that's, if it's good, it's at least a way to make a particular style of video, This sort of thing. Like, it's just, a lot of the time, it's a problem which is, well, I know how to do something, but do I have the time? Like, if you told me, oh, I want to make a video, I'm going to pay you, 500 quid, and you have a month to do it in. Yeah, I'm going to create a better video than if you're like, oh, I want to create a video, it has to be on this topic, you're not going to make any money, and also, you don't have a month, you've about, like, a week, but also you don't have a week, because I'm not paying you, you have to do all these other things. It's not going to be as good. You can't just say, well, do this thing. Yeah, that takes time. Anyway, I'll just say this. Bye-bye.